Days like these don't come around very often, but today is one of those days. I'm going to be trying Stagg whiskey for the very first time. Hello and welcome back to the channel, and yes, I am very excited for today. Apologies right off the bat if the audio on this momentous video is a bit subpar. I've had to clear a load of stuff out of this studio space. I've sat here now and all I can hear is myself echoing back at me. So if it is a bit more echoey than normal, I do apologise, but we'll just have to make the best of it because, as I say, this is going to be a fantastic day. I wanted to call this video something like opening the most expensive bottle of whiskey I've ever bought, and then realised that would be a lie, and it's probably a video coming not too far in the distant future. But this is one that I've been holding on to now for the best part of 2 years. I got it and I was like, I've finally got one. I was happy with what I paid for it, and then you go, but no, I've got it, I don't want to open it. And that is the wrong mentality. But today we are going to right that wrong by trying this bottle of Stagg for the very first time. What is it? Well, it is Stagg whiskey. This is made by the Buffalo Trace Distilliery and is the same mash bill as Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, and my current favourite bourbon, E.H. Taylor, which may lead us into a new problem in that this becomes my new favourite bourbon. And well, it's a damn sight more pricey. Now, scarily, this isn't the most expensive in the range. I could tell you how much it costs, but in the UK, that would be an arbitrary figure. I've seen 200, 250, 350, 125. You can't really buy it at any of those prices, and if you do want to just go and buy it off the shelf now, it'll cost you quite a few hundred. The best way to get it is at auction because you're paying, well, what the market thinks it is worth. That's how I bought mine. I can't remember offhand what I paid for it, and truthfully, I probably wouldn't tell you anyway because I'd probably be a bit ashamed of myself. But this is that bottle. Why is it so special? Well, it's rare for a start, and unlike the E.H. Taylor and all the others we mentioned, this is barrel proof, and properly barrel proof. This is probably the title of this video, trying the strongest whiskey I've ever tried, 65.5%. I may die. Really, that is absolutely absurd. They aged this for around about 10 years. It's not explicitly a age statement whiskey, so some of it is probably a little younger, but in general it's about a 10-year-old bourbon, and well, barrel proof, unfiltered. Just look at it. I mean, the bottle itself is absolutely beautiful. Astounding really that this isn't the most expensive bottle of bourbon in Buffalo Trace's range, even this kind of sub-range with the same mash bill as all the other stuff. There is another one or two that go above and beyond this bottle here. It used to be called Stagg Jr. If you ever see a bottle where the logo looks very similar and there's a little Junior written in the last G, then it's the same stuff. They just rebranded it a few years ago just to be Stagg, to differentiate it from, well, it's, I guess, the parent bottling and the more expensive one, which is George T. Stagg. So enough waffling. I've not got any notes on this. This is going to be a raw, proper, as unfiltered as I'm able to do review. I do like to edit, so it's not going to be clean through, but anyway, let's get it open. Starting off then, how easy is it to open? It's got one of those little V cuts on the neck there. Let me see if I can show you what I mean, because I struggle with these all the time. Will the camera pick that up? I think you've got it there. See the little V at the top? It's just finicky to get your nail in, is all I'd say. And I want to keep these things in nice condition. I don't want to feel like I'm hacking away at the bottle or having to get the tools on it, but I'll be honest, I've not got the shortest nails right now, and even so, I am struggling. Oh, there we go, just a little. Beautiful top cap on the bottle, as you would probably imagine. Well, it's a fantastic start. That is the best cork pop we've ever had on this channel. That was beautiful, and the aroma is filling the room. It feels like big, boozy, caramel donutty. Oh, that smells special already. I'm very excited to no longer be able to use my taste buds after a few sips, but let's get it poured. Only a taste, because we do want to savour this, and well, it's a bit pokey. So in the glass, it is proper dark, rich mahogany oak, tannin, deep marmalade-y, like just absolute brilliance. And one thing that is sticking out to me straight away, and I don't want to swirl it around too much and end up spilling it as I often do, but it's not sticking to the glass in the way I thought it might at that massively high ABV. I thought it might, you know, just, well, be treacle, and it's not really. It's definitely got some legs on it, but far from what I thought it might. But the real proof is in the tasting, or in this case, the nosing. What does it smell like? Boozy. It's what that smells like. It's big, hot, but not fiery. It's not doing a number on me. I can quite happily keep my nose lingered over it and take all of the... Okay, now just a little bit of burn, but really, for the ABV, the ethanol is pretty tame. Other aromas though. For a minute there, I thought I didn't press record, and that was terrifying. Just before we get into what other flavours and aromas are in here, it's probably not a surprise that the big, heavy, deluxe, complex offering from Buffalo Trace might just be feeling a little, well, closed off and reserved on first open. I've been swilling it around, trying to get a bit of oxygen in there, but still got a nice little delicate floral edge to it. It's a bit fudgy, sweet vanilla. Definitely oaky, but truthfully, it's not giving a lot of its secrets away. It smells very nice, but I think this could definitely benefit from a bit more time out of the glass and a bit more out of the bottle, which is why this bottle, and it will probably come as no surprise, is going to be given the same treatment as some of my special bottles of Springbank have over the last couple of years, and that we are going to long-term taste this month on month, giving a few gaps over the course of a year to see how it really changes. Because right now it's very nice, but there's definitely more in there somewhere. So let's give it a go, shall we? Cheers. That is an experience like no other. I just had to check, and I for a minute there thought I'd lied to you saying that this is the strongest whiskey I'd ever tried. It's not a lie. It is, by 1 point summit %. I've got a bottle of Jack Daniel's single barrel strength, and that's yeah, about a point or something different lower than this. But I checked because it has that reminiscent effect, that tactile sucking all the moisture out of your tongue, but it's candied, it's playful, it's weirdly drinkable, it's creamy almost. It really is an absolutely outstanding experience. And as with the aroma, this is just going to get better, I have no doubt. Individual flavours, very closed off again, but it's sweet, it's rich, less floral on the taste, more orangey come, well, I said it about the visual, marmalade, preserved, like it's got that depth to it, and the barrel's there, but it's not too overwhelming, but it's spiky, it makes you jump. I'm going to add just a drop of water to this to see what difference it makes, because I feel like it's going to change endlessly. Before I do that, any last thoughts on it in its raw form? Well, there's some spice, there's some pepperiness, it's verging on minty, that kind of spiky airway opening thing, but it's not quite there, and it's just very, very nice. So, water time. More for me than anything else, because it does get a little bit hot. Now, this isn't going to be scientific, this is just going to be and drop, but this is so strong, I don't think it probably matters that much. So there we go. Little drop in there, probably brought it down to, ooh, hazard a guess, 50 to 55%. It's still going to be a properly pokey dram, this, but let's see if it does in any way just open things up a bit and let us understand the whiskey just that bit more. So cheers again. It's hotter because it covers more of your mouth. When it's straight out of the bottle, it's thicker, it's dense, viscous. It just kind of hits on the bits of the mouth that are necessary contact as you swallow it. This time it splashes around a bit, it's a bit warmer. It's got more, well, what is that flavour? Bringing out the tannins, it's bringing out the oak, it's bringing out something's weirdly bitter. And it's almost like a flash in the pan. It just kind of, you go, oh, okay, this is hot, this is strong, this is bold, this is rich. And then you get slapped with this bitterness that lasts a fraction of a second. Then you step back away and go, what was that? And you're left with like, it was like a ninja at a crime scene. You know something happened, but you've got no evidence for it. You can't pinpoint anything about it.
Stagg whiskey, like a ninja at a crime scene.
Right, I'll try and give you a top to bottom taste test to give you something, because I feel like I've just been waffling. It's brilliant, it's fantastic, it's rich, it's hella expensive, but I can kind of see why. I think as this gets older, we will, or see, as it matures is the wrong word, as it opens up in the bottle, we'll start to understand it fully. But for now, this is all we really get. So initially, right on the tip of the tongue, it's like hot candy, hot sweets, like jalapeno chili jam, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's spicy and sweet in intense amounts. And then over the mid palate, nice charred fudgy vanilla. It's rich, it's deep, it's really something quite special. It's taking my voice away. I can feel the burn in my throat. Then back of the tongue, big, prickly, eucalyptus, heavy spice. It's more than pepper. It's like it's verging into cayenne. Like, it's really properly pokey. And then on the aftertaste, I'm gonna have to have a water break in between. This is hot stuff, man. This is hot stuff. And then on the aftertaste, burn comes back in. It's where that weird bitterness kind of shadow boxes you a little bit. It's lightly oaked, well-seasoned wood. It's like a really dry fire. You know when you made a fire with loads of tinder and well-seasoned woods that you're not getting smoke in the face. There's just this nice taste of the woods in the atmosphere. It's that. And honestly, that is going to be, with a bit of time, something really very special indeed. I don't think this is a beginner whiskey. Most times I try stuff and go, you know what, if you're a beginner but you like XYZ, this is for you. Not on this one. This is, you need to dabble around a bit first, because trying to understand this straight off the bat would be a hate crime potentially to your taste buds. But it is fantastic. I absolutely adore it. There's probably no surprise, because I've loved everything else I've tried in this range from Buffalo Trace. This is no different, and well, I'm very much looking forward to the next year where I get to talk about this every few months or so. Yeah, it's going to be an absolute treat. Let me know, please, have you tried this? What do you think? Did you enjoy it? Did you think it's too pricey? What price do we think this is worth? Ignoring the fact that it's hard to get, if this was easily available on the market, given what the E.H. Taylor costs, for me, like, it's 150 to 175 quid bottle, which means I didn't really pay that much more than maybe I should have done. So that's where my mind thinks the price is at in the UK right now. Be interested to know what MSRP is in the US. We don't really get this at cost anywhere that I'm aware of, so certainly not very often anyway, in order to be able to give you a real price. But yeah, that's it. Have you tried it? Let me know in the comments. That's all I've got to say about it. So as always, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. If you haven't already, subscribe if you will be so kind, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.